Right, I think we're live.
We are. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hope you are well on this fine 1st of October evening. Welcome to this first live Q&A of Camp Kindling 2026, because it's the first one we've done since Camp Kindling 2025, which was spectacular. Just took
You're
place.
right.
So if you haven't joined us before, we like to do these live Q&As every now and again, just to catch up with everyone from the community, and to get lots of feedback and input and ideas into things that we can do to make your summer magical, and to answer any questions if you haven't been before, because Camp Kindling is a pretty unique experience. So it's great to kind of catch up and give you a chance to ask anything you want. So the way that this works is you will be watching on either Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, I am told, and you can leave a comment on whichever platform that is, either just below or just above, and then we will answer all of those questions or chat with you about those ideas. So the theme of today very much is what's next, because we just had our 5th birthday for Camp Kindling, and that very much was like a spectacular kind of crescendo high point after 5 years of very hard work from all of our team, and it was magical. And so now we want to know what's next. So what do you want to challenge us to deliver for you? What do you want us to kind of create for you next? What ideas have you got? Lots of ideas that were part of the 5th year came from chats like this. So please, if you've got some ideas or some requests, just throw those in the comments. I'm Lee, by the way. I'm one of the founders.
Yes, I was going to say we should introduce ourselves, shouldn't we?
Of Camp Kindling, and this is Jules.
Hello, I'm also one of the founders. I also should say, probably as a caveat, my son is still awake and sleeping or watching his tablet next to me, so hopefully he won't interrupt us, but apologies if he does, because he should be in bed by now, but he is not. So if you hear a little squeak, that's why. Right. Hello, everybody. Loads of people joining.
Yeah.
Stuart, David, Mohammed, nice to meet you. So Lee, just a quick one. So this is going to be probably like half an hour to 45 minutes, something like that. And what we're looking for here is people's thoughts and ideas of things that they either really liked this year at Camp Kindling, or if they haven't been before, ideas for next year's Camp Kindling, or if they have been before, ideas for next year's Camp Kindling. Any suggestions and ideas?
Yeah, cool. So I've got a question here from Erica, who says, do we have any plans to have other kindling events outside of camp? So this is something we've kind of been playing around with, different ideas. So for our other event, which is Camp Wildfire, which is for adults only, we did a kind of like a Christmas event a few years back, and we've been looking for a venue to kind of repeat that, and we think we found a great one that we're going to visit in a few days. So we're hoping that we will have a kind of a Camp Kindling style Christmas event for families to come to in like December 2026, so a year from this. If we are able to get that together, we'll be making we'll kind of be announcing the plans for that just in this December, so you'll have like a year's notice of when we're going to do that. So that's something that we're kind of like closest to being able to achieve, I think. And then we also we've been discussing lots of different ideas of different kind of little things that we might be able to do, but those are probably too early to share any kind of formulated idea on.
Yes, and also those things that Lee just mentioned then, if you have ideas and suggestions for them, we always love to hear people's through
Yeah, I mean, what would you like us to do through the year? Yeah, if we've got something you want us to put on for you, throw it in the comments and let us know.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it, as a parent? Because I feel like there are key points throughout the year where we're particularly looking for really fun things to do, and like you said, one of them is winter, Christmas time, and obviously we've got kind of like fireworks and things coming up. Then next year we've got, well, in spring there's things as well. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, and we always love to know the sorts of things that you're looking for to take your family to. It's really, really, yeah, really great and insightful. So thank you. Right, should we get on to some questions?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, I've got lots of people saying hello.
Okay, I've got some here from Kira on Instagram. What happened to the tree nets? Kira would like us to bring back the tree nets next year. Yeah, so we're always kind of like rotating in and out different activities, mixing things up. So if you want to bring the tree nets back, we can definitely look at doing that for you. Wesley on Instagram says the fireworks are really cool and the closing ceremony got them kind of emotional. Will this be a regular going forward? So fireworks were special for our 5th birthday, so they won't be happening every year, but we did really like the idea of the closing ceremony, and so we're thinking about kind of keeping that, but just changing it so that we've got something else instead of fireworks. Yeah, we've got some creative ideas in the mix already for that. So potentially opening ceremony and closing ceremony will stay, because they were really nice things.
Kelly says they went to Camp Wildfire this year, which for anyone that doesn't know, it is the adults only event that we run. So they went to Camp Wildfire this year, which was amazing, but they have now booked for Camp Kindling for next year. And when does the accommodation options come out?
So accommodation options will be available at the end of October, beginning of November. It's the same time that the early bird tickets go on sale, which is not the super early bird tickets, which go on sale tomorrow. But yeah, towards the October and November. And the reason for that delay, that delay is it's easy for us to put tickets on sale because we're in control of that and the pricing. But with accommodation, we have to work with lots of different partners. So we have to work out exactly what the kind of like offerings are going to be and what the pricing is going to be on those with those partners. And that takes about a month or two to kind of negotiate and get those contracts drawn up.
But I will say, for anyone that is brand new to Camp Kindling, you do get a space in general camping as part of your ticket, with your ticket. So do you want to just do a quick rundown, just roughly, on what?
So included in your ticket is space in general camping. So if you've got your own camping gear, then you don't need to kind of pay anything extra. And general camping has great toilets and showers, really kind of like high quality facilities. If you don't have your own camping gear, or you just would prefer that we kind of arrange something for you, we have lots of options, including pre-pitch camping, which is kind of starts around, I think, like £200 for a tent and goes up to £500 depending on the size of the tent, and that's where we'll put up a kind of a sort of standard hiking camping type tent for you, or there's a more luxury option, which is boutique camping, which is all in like really nice canvas bell tents that starts about £800 and goes up to many thousands, depending on if you want like an ensuite. You can get like a whole cabin or safari lodge with an ensuite bathroom and things like that. So there's plenty of options to cover all budgets, but also you don't have to pay anything extra if you are happy camping in your own tent, festival style.
Nice. Katie says two things, and I can probably answer both of them. First of all, they said they've got a referee in mind for Kindling, which is very exciting. And for anyone that wasn't at Camp Kindling 2025, we're thinking next year to get a referee involved in the patrol games because it gets hectic. So yeah, it's good to have someone neutral. Great. DM us about that, Katie. And the second question that they're saying is that they love the all-inclusive feeling of Wildfire and would love that to move across to Kindling, thinking of Bim and his talk of gender equality and trans rights, etc., in a child suitable way, but having the inclusive included. Yes, brilliant. Absolutely. Yeah, we will feed that back to our program manager, and definitely looking at sort of child-friendly ways to do some more inclusivity in our talks and things is a great idea. Thanks.
Sorry, you handing back to me now?
Yeah.
I should have been more prepared then.
Right.
Says M on Instagram says spaces go super quick for expensive activities. Is there any way to add more capacity? So there's not really a way to add more capacity without making those activities like lower, like poorer quality. We try and keep all of the like activity, the enroll activities, we try and keep them all quite low capacities so that they're a really good experience and that they're really safe. But one thing we are looking at this year is just adding more activities in that sort of same tier, because it seems that people have like shifted their behavior over the last couple of years away from wanting to spend their credits more on sort of the 10-15 credit range and wanting to use their credits more around the kind of 30 to 40 credit range. So that's something we're looking at. The solution isn't necessarily just to make each activity much bigger, because we don't think that will deliver a great experience. But we think we can do a lot to kind of just by adding more alternative activities that are of a similar style.
Nice. So from my side, Kelly says, so I have already purchased our tickets and opted to pay monthly, which is such a great facility to spread the costs. Boutique is the way forward. Absolutely love the bell tents. That's more clarifying.
Yeah. I got one comment here from George W, who says Camp Kindling is the perfect size. Not too busy, but still buzz of excitement. I'm worried that it will get bigger every year and lose its magic. Yeah, George, you're not the only person that says this to us. We get these comments a lot. We only ever add like a couple of hundred tickets each year, so that we're kind of very, very carefully manage that expansion and make sure that like we keep exactly what you've described there about it being not too big, but still like big enough to be exciting. The drivers for us to like add more tickets is that firstly, Camp Kindling kind of doesn't cover all of the costs and time yet that is taken to put it on. So make it financially sustainable at some point. So we do need to do that, and also we're always kind of trying to make improvements that people request of us, and so those improvements inevitably cost some money. So just a fine balance game for us to be playing. But for this year coming up, I can tell you for sure that there will not be any additional capacity for Camp Kindling 2026 because of like some logistical things. So we had 3,500 attendees this year. We will have 3,500 attendees in 2026, and I can say that amazingly, as of today, we've already sold 2,500 of those tickets, which is like 70%, which is just wild. So to anybody that is wanting to come, make sure you book really quickly, because we won't be getting bigger this year, and there's not many tickets left available.
Yes, sorry about that. Katie says, thank you. Yes, we come every year and love it, but we are far too busy having fun to join Camp Council. Camp Council is something that we do at camp where we sort of involve everybody and get everybody's feedback. They say also, can sign language choir come back to Camp Kindling, please? Yes, we'll pass that on as well. Thank you for the feedback. And Stickman Film says, another shuttle buggy would be helpful, as there's only one. It would allow more accessibility for those needing the help for activities. Yes, we'll pass that information on as well. All of this, everything that we talk about today, we'll pass on to the team, won't we?
Yeah. Yes, all recorded and written down and passed around. Oscar says 2025 was the 5-year anniversary Oh, sorry. Will 2026 be a letdown?
Oh,
Unlike my voice.
yeah.
Absolutely not. No, definitely not. That's why we very much have the theme of this chat being like, what next? What other crazy stuff can we do for you? How much better can we make it? First 5 years, chapter 1, great. Let's start chapter 2. Let's go. Let's make it even bigger and better. Not bigger. Not
Very
bigger,
exciting.
as I said earlier, but definitely better.
Bigger in terms of epicness.
Chickapee says they're coming for the first time with 7-year-old and 2-year-olds. Super excited. We are super excited to host you. 7 years old, such a sweet spot for Camp Kindling. They're just going to get so much joy out of it.
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to like touch upon things as we talk about them in case anyone's really new to Camp Kindling. So in terms of age, sorry, say that again.
Yeah, and has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to like do little like tool tips as you're talking. So in terms of age groups, Camp Kindling is essentially anyone with a child can come. It's people with families only. There's no individual adults, it's families only, and any child age is fine. We kind of up to 3 years old would count as a baby, so it would be
sorry,
yeah, would count as a baby, so they'd be free. And then 3 to 18, there are different tickets for different ages. And what would you say is the ideal age, Lee, for children?
I mean, the kids that really get the most out of it is like infants and young youth. So like 7 to 13, I think, is the real sweet spot. But it's great. It's great fun for any age group, and we spend a lot of time and resources programming things for every age group and every interest to make sure that it is a really strong experience for all of those age groups. But yeah, just
adults.
Yeah, it's meant to be as fun for adults as it is for kids, and it's all about like doing things with your kids, not like a lot of activity places or things for kids where like they have fun and you watch them having fun. This is really all about like doing things together and bonding and sharing those moments of like being scared to jump off the high jump thing, and going through that sort of sense of camaraderie of like your kids cheering you on and you doing it and you cheering your kids on and them doing it, and having those like beautiful bonding moments. That's what it is all about. Lots of people actually saying they're joining for the first time this year. Kate's can't wait. Kate's, we can't wait to host you. Beck says, never been yet, but had their eye on it for years. Can they pay in installments? Yes, you can. And the earlier you book your tickets, the more installments you can pay over, because it's basically a monthly payment. So I would recommend booking a super early bird ticket when they go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Because then you will be able to spread it over 10 months. So for an adult ticket, that's going to work out at something like £25 a month, which is less than most phone plans these days.
Should I do a couple of Instagram as well for you?
Yeah, I think I'm going through the Instagram ones.
I didn't know if you wanted me to ask you a couple.
Oh, go for it.
Well, actually, these aren't questions. So,
Becoming Dad's UK says hello, first time visitors this year. Great. The first time visitors, they have been and they're coming back. Yes. Second time is always better than the first time, because you just kind of have an intuitive knowledge about how it all works. So you will have more fun this year than you did in 2025, which is great.
Kelly says, do you sell the same merchandise at Camp Kindling as you do at Camp Wildfire? As I will need to hawk my children out. Hawk is.
Yes, we do.
Loads of things for you. Yeah, and we're actually about to launch an e-commerce. Well, we are. We're going to do it now.
We've been saying that for 5 years.
I know, but it's happening. I know, because I've been taking photographs of things. So yes, you absolutely can get the same things, or at least you can get lots of hawky things for your kids.
A few people here are asking about when will the pre-booked tents go on sale. So boutique camping, pre-pitch camping, live-in vehicles, they will all be available, all of that stuff, from the end of October, beginning of November. and we'll send you plenty of information. And
oh, you're going to like this question or comment. Stickman Film says a Caribbean caterer would be something that I think would really take off. Also next year, it's our 3rd year in a row. Would be nice to see. You love Caribbean.
Yeah. We our office is in. Our old office was in Brixton, and our new office is in Elephant and Castle, and there are some amazing Caribbean places around. So pretty much my lunch every day, Caribbean food. So I'm with you. I am championing your corner here. We'll make that happen. Shell Bell says a football goal or two would be great around camp for kids to chill in between activities. We were talking about something like that. Council, so we might be able to make that happen for you. Oh gosh, profile picture. Sorry, this one's confusing.
So Ems is saying characters for the kids, Stitch, Barbie, etc. Ems, could you just elaborate what you mean by characters? Do you mean like sort of big mascot people, or do you mean characters in terms of like the activities? Just write in the chat.
Sapphire28 says, I wanted to make sure camp is geared equally to both young and older children. I'd say we program to make it as equal across the board for everything. But like I said, there is that real sweet spot where just because of the age and abilities of a kid, they do get more out of it, and that is the kind of 6, 7 plus, but there's plenty for younger children to do as well. The only kind of, I guess, age group that we don't really do a lot of specific programming for is the baby age group, which is 0, 1, and 2. That we do have we have bits and pieces, and we have all baby changing facilities and everything you need to look after them. So you'll be fine bringing them, but we don't have lots of programming for that age group.
Well, I would say
free for that age group.
And also I would say up to about the age of 18 months or 2, really, they will get so much out of just being in that space. There's bubbles, there's a beautiful forest, there's logs to climb on, there's sandpit. Actually, I think that the age where probably the least out of it is between 2 and 3, where they're kind of wanting to start joining activities, but maybe, there's there are bubbles, lots of workshops and smaller things. But that's probably the age where it's slightly less engaging too.
Chickapee says they've seen that people are put in teams. How does that work? Do you choose, or are we put in teams before?
Shall I tell you about the teams?
Chickapee, you are referring to patrols. So there's Fox Patrol, Hawk Patrol, Badger Patrol, Squirrel Patrol, and we have been absolutely terrible about how this is organized until now. It's going to be something we are going to change this year. Until now, it's just kind of worked on a very free flow. You just turn up, you choose your favorite color or your favorite thing, and people don't really know what's going on, and lots of people are very confused. So we're going to put some effort into explaining the whole patrol system this year. So we will send you lots more information about that before you arrive. But for now, I would say just choose your favorite animal or color.
Becoming Dad's UK says, can we have a bigger games tent next year? It was brilliant, but a bigger space would be amazing.
I don't think we can do that this year because that's the biggest one that will fit in that space in amongst the trees. But from 2027 onwards, we should be able to make it a bit bigger with some of the plans we've got for opening up some more spaces in the forest. So not this year, unfortunately, but long term, yes. Lou B78 says, do a drone show. Cool idea. Dust Away Housekeeping Services. Just got a shout out there for your business. Well done. Really also, I'm coming with my daughter. Is there much for single parents? I noticed there's a Facebook group. Is there much else? Jules, as a single parent, do you want to tackle this question?
Yeah. So it is one of the most welcoming, amazing communities that I've ever been to. I think being a single parent, we've got Facebook groups that you can join. There's loads of people that would very happily befriend you or give you information. In the campsite, there are kind of like spaces that we earmark for single parents. We have meetups. I'd also say, like, when you're there, it's a really great size. The facilities are brilliant. It really does lend itself very well to being a single parent. I will caveat that with, if you do have multiple children of different ages, that might be the time where it's like a little bit more challenging, because obviously if you've got a teenager that wants, not a teenager, because they are allowed to do things on their own in the day, but if you've got like a 11-year-old that wants to do one thing and then a 5-year-old that wants to do something else, that will be when it's slightly more challenging, but it's definitely doable. And we do have solutions for that, including childcare and some other things as well.
Yeah, so the childcare that Jules mentions is actually, it's included in your ticket. So we have something called kids only activities. So infants and juniors, which is 3 to 5 and 6 to 11. We have some activities which are run by like childcare professionals, which you can enroll in those activities, and then that you don't have to stay with your kids. You can kind of drop them off at that activity. So that allows you to kind of, like, if you've got kids across age groups, you can drop one off and spend some one-on-one time with the other. And that's all included in your ticket. So you can utilize that. Becoming Dad's UK says toilets and showers and general camping with great standards. Nice. Glad to hear it.
Shall I read you some?
Yeah.
Go on, let me read you some. Mars Kamar says, next year will be our 4th year. We've always made the effort to be in the group photo. It's a wonderful keepsake. I wonder, as the events get bigger, can we have patrol photos as well? That's a really nice idea.
That's nice.
I'm going to write that in feedback. Go on, you carry on.
Farrell says, a vendor refused to serve me last year because they had an allergy. They've never had that before, but everyone else went above and beyond to cater to us. So I can give an explanation on this. So the whole allergy thing in food has become quite a scary thing for food businesses, because basically there's a lot of liability on them. So if they can't absolutely guarantee that their whatever allergy you have is not in that, it's just much safer for them to kind of not serve you. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of that's where a lot of things are starting to work now. Even our crew catering was like that. They were asking us about allergies all the time, sorry about that. We do try to cater for. So even if one vendor can't cater for you, hopefully there will be lots of others that do. Naomi says, at what point can you upgrade your accommodation type? That's end of October, beginning of November. That will be available.
Catherine says, our first time this year, and I've booked for next year too. In fact, I have also booked for Wildfire too. Feedback, we have queued for nearly 3 hours at the hair braiding tent. Is it possible to have more stalls offering these service? And Ems afterwards also says, also hair braiding, maybe more than one, as it was busy and the little one is impatient.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can definitely try and provide more of those.
And Safi has answered the question from earlier. She said, I came this summer and I came with my family, 2 adults, 2 children, and we met a lot of single parents who made friends with a few, and it is like one big family. It's amazing for us. It very much felt like an American camp vibe, and we all had the best time.
Great. That's good.
Sorry, my little boy's kicking my laptop, which is why I'm moving over like a storm.
I'm a bit lost on because we've both been reading from the same comments now, haven't we? Maybe Lou says maybe you could add an extra weekend for Camp Kindling. Maybe might do it at some point. Marik says we attended for the first time this year. It was absolutely amazing. Stayed in boutique. Not sure if the intention is to keep it serene, but the evenings did lack a bit of a vibe. Yes, it's a difficult balance there between vibe and serenity, particularly with kids that might want to be sleeping and in bed. So we tend to take the more cautious approach of keeping all of the music and everything and excitement in centre camp, and keeping the campsites more quiet at Camp Kindling, so that when parents or families want to sleep, it's easy for them to do that. But yeah, point taken. It's a delicate balance, that one for us.
Please, can we have a proper drag act like Ella Vade? I will put that in our feedback. Thank you.
Kay Ashton official says emails state 6+ is better. I'm disabled with a 2-year-old. Are they best waiting? I think, I think if you're just one adult with a 2-year-old, I'd say you're not going to get as much out of it as if you wait a couple of years for that 2-year-old to be 4 or 6. So it depends, if it's something that you're happy to come to for a few. Lots of families end up coming for a few years, like sort of like 2 to 4 years, because once you've come once, you kind of understand it, and there's lots of different, there's over 100 different activities, so you'll do different things each time. So it depends whether your intention is to come, be part of it, and make it like a regular thing for a few years, in which case there's no harm starting now, because it's going to be very cheap, because you're just going to pay for you, and you don't even have to pay for a 2-year-old. So there's benefits there. If it's the kind of thing that you're thinking, I'm going to do that one time and tick it off my list, then I'd say you are better off waiting for a few years for your kid to be older.
Yes. Em says a chili bus for catering.
Nice.
Eleanor, yes, you did miss the answer. Ensuite cabin. So Lee was just saying accommodation will be gosh, now I forgot what you said. End of October?
Yeah, end of October, beginning of November. I think it's the first week of November, actually, but yeah, around then. Lola says their kid only won 1 patrol point, while some other kids won 20 or more. Their kid is a bit shy and feels like there were not as many opportunities for her to win any. Could we make an effort to create more opportunity for more quiet or introverted kids? You always assess that those, like the points, patrol points at our events, should not just be for being the strongest, fastest, loudest, most gregarious, all the things that life seems to and the rest of the world seems to unfairly reward, and that we want our points to sometimes be for those things, but also to be for courage and kindness and humor and things like that. So we will we'll look at that, because that's our intention is that whether you're extroverted or introverted, you have the same opportunity. So it's interesting to hear that that's not coming across, and we will look into realigning it.
Really good feedback, thank you. Is the patrol games the same vibe as Camp Wildfire? Is there patrol games for younger children? Yes, it's very similar, just silly sort of like competitive fun. We don't really have.
It's more focused around kids. The patrol games at Camp Kindling, like it's more kids competing in things. There are like parents do compete in things, but it's not quite. It's not quite the same as Camp Wildfire, just because it's more focused around kids. Chloe says her 8 and 11-year-old nieces loved it this year. Yeah, that's
great. That's probably in response to the earlier question. Catherine says toilets and showers were great, but there was one single sink for pot washing near the vendors, and it was always blocked and no kettle.
Sorry, missed that.
Toilet and showers were great, but the single sink for pot washing near the vendors was always blocked.
Okay, I think you mean in the camp cooking area potentially. Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Thank you. Yeah.
No kettle, by the way. I got sent to the shops many times to buy kettles because people kept taking the kettles. So we were pretty unimpressed with that behavior. So we're going to work out how to deal with that. But it was not very Camp Kindling spirit. Yeah, we will look at that. Mars Camas says the airdrop will benefit from a ticketing system, not to enroll, but as a placeholder in case there's a situation where the staff take a break or the kids need the loo during the queue wait. Yeah, we've already got a note to probably we're just gonna instead of having to close it for lunch, I think the plan is this year just to get 2 sets of staff so that it can just run because it's so popular, it can just run continuously and it doesn't have to close for lunch. So that solves half of your thing. Not sure how we would solve the kids needing a loo during the queue wait, but we will look at it.
So I think we've probably got about 5 more minutes. Should we do a couple more from Instagram, a couple more from Facebook?
I got a request here. Bristow Alex says, please, can you request for Nick Cope to play again? Do you like Nick Cope?
I will put it in the feedback. Yeah, the funny story about that is the year that Nick Cope played, as with a lot of people, but he was my nephew's hero, and my nephew came to Camp Kindling that year and was just absolutely overwhelmed to see him in person. He just absolutely stunned. It was like having a celebrity. I mean, he is a celebrity, I suppose, isn't he?
Yeah, toddlers. He's my hero too.
We stunned as well.
Yeah.
Right, a couple from my side. We had an amazing time this year. Beekeeping was absolutely brilliant, but lots of people turned up who couldn't book on. I guess they mean they weren't enrolled on it. The guy was so nice, he was too nice to turn them away. So then we felt cheated as we had spent lots of credits and had half the experience. Those who hadn't booked didn't use up their credits.
Yeah, we've had this feedback from a few different things. It's tough, it's hard because we've kind of always had quite a loose not loose. We've always had quite a kind of not trying to be too tight on things, and letting things be a bit free flow. If there is space, that's fine. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard for the activity leaders if people are kind of trying to pretend and force their way on. So again, it's something that's it's kind of, I guess, a bit outside of our code of conduct that people are doing that kind of thing. And we need to work out how to deal with it. But we haven't yet. So it's feedback that is along the lines of some things that we're aware of and we're starting to think about. Unfortunately, there will be a little bit of a negative of that, of if we tighten up everything, it can then start to feel like, oh, there's no flexibility. So yeah, well, yeah.
Katie says, Lee, just slipped either plug-in, no electrical risk, and not very kindling ethos.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully that'll work. We'll see.
And Eleanor Clegg says Ed Sheeran would be amazing.
I can tell you now that will not happen. Ed Sheeran would cost way beyond the budget for the entire event. He would be in the tens of millions of pounds.
Jennifer says, hi, sorry, I've just joined late, so apologies if I repeat anything that's been covered. I selected the pay monthly option, but I'd like now to pay the rest off in one lump. Is this possible? And if so, how?
I don't know if it is yet. That's functionality that is currently being built. So if you either just DM us on Facebook, that will get picked up by the customer support team, and they'll get back to you. If you can't do it yet, it's something that you will be able to do shortly. We've basically rebuilt the whole payment plan system after the one that we've been using for 9 years. We've just launched a new one, and it's allowing us to do a lot more things. So this is on our list of features to add, but I don't know if it's done yet.
Right, I think that's all from my side. Have you got any more questions on your side?
No, I've accidentally gone to your side.
It's the dark side.
Yeah. No. Oh,
yeah, you do have one. You have two. There's one that says, is there any scope to have some more picnic tables and things this year? Which, yes, we can definitely feed that back. Thank you. And then
Bristow Alex has also come back and says they have a child coming with allergies. They understand not every vendor will be able to accommodate, but perhaps could provide a few that are allergy-free for reassurance and inclusion. I think, Alex, it would depend on what the allergies are. I'm not an expert in this area, but if you could drop us like a message or an email with what those allergies are. Also take a look at on our help center at campkindling.co.uk/help. We publish all the menus in advance to try and help people find food that's suitable for them. If you are up for it and don't mind, as somebody that's in touch with allergies and things like that, if you could take a look at that guide and give us any tips on how we can improve that for families like yourself, we'll happily try and improve how we provide information to you in advance, so that you can have a great time there with the food, the same as everybody else.
Thank you. Right. So what I would really like to do, Lee, just do a very quick kind of wrap up of if people have heard this Q&A and are keen to come to Camp Kindling next year, what do they need to do?
Well, I think a lot of people are coming back, so you don't need to do anything if you've already booked your tickets. You just have to
get excited.
Well, no, don't get too excited too early, I was going to say. Wait till spring to start getting excited. If you haven't booked, you want to book a super early bird ticket when they go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Those tickets come with a £30 saving per person in return for booking early. So, for a family, that potentially adds up to quite a bit of money. And there's limited supply on those. So you want to be booking those as soon as you can before they sell out. That's it, really.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. It's really nice to see everyone. And we'll be doing a few more of these, won't we? This will be a fairly regular thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ali's joined.
Ali's back. Hi, Ali.
Hi, Ali.
Hello.
This was like during lockdown when people used to pop into things by mistake.
Ali been behind the
Hello.
scenes, managing all the comments.
Thank you very much. Anyway, it was really great to see you all. And from me, from Lee, from Ali, good luck with getting tickets. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.